Welcome to the longest day of the year. That's right, happy summer solstice, folks. The sun is setting over the mountains. I've got a nice cold beer in my hand. Just got back from Flyin Miata summer camp. I guess you could say it's been a good week. In regards to Flyin Miata summer camp, videos are coming, trust me. So like and subscribe, hit that bell icon so you're the first to know about everything that happened at Flyin Miata summer camp in all of its glory. But for today, join me while we do a quick oil change on this Polestar. Just kidding. Join me while I do an oil change and replace the door bushings on my Miata, and while we talk about 3D printed parts from Flyin Miata. Probably thinking, how many hats does this guy have? No, this is the hat that I am fine getting dirty. I have like 65 hats or so, and a few of them are like my shop hats. So yeah. First of all, let's get this car off the ground. And let me talk to you about the jack adapter. Now, this is not actually 3D printed. This is just an adapter that Flyin Miata sells that will go basically on the pinch weld of your car. So this is the new and improved version that will actually stick under there with the slimmer one. It just sticks right under there. And it just stays in place while you slide your jack under there and jack it up. Or it also has the other wider version where you can put it wherever. But this is allowing you to jack up the car. It's still recommended to use the jack points, but this will actually release some of the pressure on the pinch weld itself and put it more on the structure of the car. So I've already done an oil change video, so if you want a perfect hand-holding example, go check that out on my channel. I show you every single thing you need to know about changing your oil. But while the oil is draining, let's talk about these door bushings. So Flyin Miata has made these out of carbon reinforced nylon with their Mark Forged printers. These are 3D printed, which is so cool. The fact that we are in an age where parts on your car can be 3D printed. What do door bushings do? Well, they sit right here, and this is where your door meets your door jamb thing. And that's kind of what some of the load of the chassis is actually carried through. Now, the ones from the factory are pretty rubbery and flimsy, as you can see. These are actually extremely strong and technically lightweight. Hashtag weight reduction. Anyways, these are awesome. Gonna throw these on there, and what they do is basically strengthen the chassis just a tiny bit. It's a convertible, so the roof really does very little as far as actual structural rigidity. So with convertibles, this kind of area is what takes a lot of the brunt. Now, the car is all, steel and aluminium, whatever, and this isn't a huge proponent, but it does technically, on paper, make a structural rigidity difference. So to do this, all you need is a Phillips screwdriver or a Milwaukee wrench from your friend Jeff and a 10 mil socket. Don't lose the 10 mil socket. Now, on this side, I already took it off, but this is what I had in here. Craven Speed. So I actually already had aftermarket ones. I just did kind of the bait and switch over on that side. But these are made of like Delrin, which is still good. This is still an improvement. It's still a sweet mod. Thank you, Cameron, for this. It's red, it matches my red accents. But Flyin Miata, as a comparison, I just wanted to point this out, are actually just a bit lighter. Actually noticeably lighter. And also lighter than this. So heaviest, medium, lightest. And it's interesting to see the difference of all of these, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Oh, light is fading quick. When you are installing the door bushings, I do recommend doing kind of tight, but not like really tightened until you close the door, because there's a little play in the door bushing's exact situation, how it fits. All right, moment of truth. Perfect. Get that tightened down. So these are compatible with all 4 Miata generations, all the same part number, linked below, just like everything else talked about in this video, just like the jack stand adapter thing. And now we move on to underneath the hood. Just finished fighting with the oil filter. If you don't know what fighting with the oil filter means, then watch that oil change video. But yeah, finally time. Got the drain plug put back in, new oil filter, everything's ready to go. It's now time to put the oil back in the engine. Not the old oil, the new oil. But this is where the other part comes in that Flyin Miata sent me. This. So it's two parts, sort of. I mean, the main part, which is this, the oil filler funnel that actually locks into your oil insert hole. That's what I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted by myself. Is this is the oil filler funnel that's a thread-in insert, which is amazing. So in the top of the engine just threads in just like that. Sturdy, bigger hole than you'll find in an actual funnel that you would normally use, that I used to use, and has the same thread as the actual oil filler cap, which is super cool. And then when you're done with it, it'll actually sit in this base here, which will collect any sort of last little bits of oil residue as it drains out of the funnel. So you're always like, oh, I don't know what to do with my funnel after I've used it. They have a solution for that. So printed with the same sort of carbon infused nylon from their Mark Forge printers. This is FM. This is part of their U-Design program. Now, the U-Design program is a really cool thing that they're doing. They're not just 3D printing parts for Miatas. They're 3D printing parts for Miatas that some of you have come up with. You can actually submit your design to Flyin Miata in case you're a 3D printer enthusiast or aficionado, and prove to them that your design might be cool enough, and they will print it and sell it and give you part of the proceeds because it's your design, obviously. So, you design. This is a really cool component of that. So now we just throw this thing in there, screw it in, grab some of Kirkland's finest oil. Hey, if they make good hot dogs, they must make good oil, right? And here it is, the no mess solution. And the whole point of this was that the hole of the funnel is so big that you can't pour oil in too fast. That's an issue with a lot of funnels with smaller holes. It just can't, basically the air is too much for the oil and it just like bubbles, and then you have to like slowly pour or have some sort of more effort than you really want to during an oil change. So this makes it more simple. Unscrew, screw back into its base. The base is enclosed, by the way, so it's not like you're just letting it drain to the countertop, or in this case, my battery box. Throw that back on there. I'll lower the car, start the engine, let it run a cycle, check the oil. We might be good to go. And when it inevitably needs just a little bit more, the oil filler is right back where you left it. Perfection. Also, in case you somehow unfortunately missed summer camp this year, we'll see you next year. In case you missed it this year, go watch the videos of Flyin Miata unveiling some new stuff, talking about lots of products, doing seminars on things such as downforce and bushings or something like that. Anyways, they also talk about the NC Miata Turbo Kit, which is finally becoming reality. Super excited about that. That'll probably come someday. But anyways, for now, these little trinkets are helping my daily life just get a little bit better. Stay tuned for more content coming down the pipeline. A couple big videos such as, Flyin Miata experience, huge road trip with my brothers out in the mountains with our Mazdas, and some more engine bay things happening very soon. So, like I said in the beginning, like and subscribe. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Happy summer solstice. Welcome to the longest day of the year. I'm gonna go finish my cold beer, which is now warm because it's summer. And on that terrible disappointment, it is time to end. Good night.